Hello, and welcome to my channel, folks. This is Frank Zappa, Roxy the movie. I just got this DVD and basically a CD, and apparently it was a movie that was all crapped up, that just been reconfigured on a DVD to and a CDD. What? Anyway, yeah, it's Frank Zappa, and it's pretty good actually. The Roxy movie, and I guess he was filming it, and what didn't turn out for some reason. Let me read you a little bit about this. Actually, I just would like to say that it's actually a very, very good. I've listened to other DVDs and movies of Zappa's, which didn't really grab me quite as much. So much. I really liked him working with Beefheart, Captain Beefheart. But this particular DVD, I just watched it the other day, and I just bought it maybe about 6 months ago when an HMV was closing down. Nobody had bought it, and it was like left on the shelf. Anyway, it says on it, we're making a movie here tonight, and we want to make sure that the cameras will get this music in synchronization with the picture, and something terrible has happened. That was Frank Zappa. Night 1, show 1 at the Roxy in 1973. I guess I'm not going to go on a lot about this particular DVD and give you a lot of information on it, but if you can get a hold of it, it's actually pretty good. The music itself, the instrumental stuff, besides the stuff that I had when I was a kid with Frank Zappa's Apostrophe, was I think it was the only Zappa album I ever had when I was a young teenager. And, he'd be in the Mike Douglas show and stuff like that, and I got interested in Zappa. I knew some kind of wacky people that were into Zappa. And Zappa and Alice Cooper were the two big acts in the 70s. And what I didn't know till later was that Frank Zappa actually was the one who saw Alice Cooper's having something, because Alice Cooper's audiences walked out on him when Zappa kind of gave them a chance at playing for him under his label eventually. But Zappa's audiences were a different kind of people. They kind of like, if you're into Zappa, you're into anything he did. And of course, he took on Alice Cooper, and Alice Cooper went on to be a great, well-known act, one of the biggest acts in the world. And yet, nobody else really was into his band. Originally, Alice Cooper he was an individual, became an individual act as Alice. The name Alice Cooper was a band called Alice Cooper. There's a big story behind Alice Cooper. I'll go into that another day. My dad had a place called Rock 3, actually, in Canada, that actually had Alice Cooper when he was young in Ontario. It was a long, long time ago as a little boy. That's another story altogether. Talk about that some other time. Another person my dad also knew was Alex Harvey, the sensational Alex Harvey Band, who toured with the Beatles as the Alex Harvey Band, became the sensational Alex Harvey Band, but that's another story too. He knew him from Glasgow. But Zappa, back to this DVD. I was listening to it the other day, and I just, besides all the commentary, and I'm just going to say that I liked the music. I thought the music was really, really done well on this particular album. And I just listened for the first time, and I just thought, wow, some of the music on this one. I mean, I've listened to a lot of his other movies. On this particular album, is really, really good. So if you get a chance, I got a bit of a deal on this. To get this restored movie, Frank Zappa live at the Roxy. Maybe I'll go into a little more information another time on this DVD. But if you get, I think the music well worth listening to on this one. He does do some music from Apostrophe. But there's a lot of music from others I'm not familiar with. I mean, I'm becoming more familiar with Frank Zappa because I didn't really like everything he did necessarily. I think there was a sort of a genius there, if you want to use the word genius. I hate using that word, throwing it around, but Zappa really had something redundant with the vocal, but I thought. But still, as a musician, and the musicians he played with were pretty par excellent. They're really good. And so the instrumentals really intrigued me. And I could see why he was sort of a critic of just about everything outside of himself, where he critiqued so much. But his musicianship and the musicians he played with were really par excellent. They're really good. Sort of jazz, blues, a mixture of things he put together, and it turned out to be pretty good, interesting music. Sort of a parody and comedy and that sort of thing. So I'm not going to go into detail about this. You can discover the rest of the details about the DVD for yourself. But it's Frank Zappa, Roxy the movie. It's been restored digitally, and you might want to read the liner notes yourself about it, or look it up on the internet and find out about it. Because I really think I really thoroughly enjoyed the music on this DVD. What I've seen of it, most of it, and I think it probably is the best one I've seen so far. I've heard his other stuff and watched his other movies, but this one, restored version, is really quite good.